Hello and welcome to Thing It in the News, episode number 166. In the chat is TC. Hello, TC. Bye, TC.
What up?
You're still here.
Oh.
Hopefully, you have a nice sleep.
Hello, TC.
And there's Mandy.
Hello, Mandy.
Hello, Mandy. It's a slow news day because it's a Sunday, but we've heard a few things at least. We can hopefully read it today anyway. And then we'll find out. Yeah, all right. Cigarette, it's always cigarette time. Unless you're smoking alongside me.
I had the last actual cigarette today, and I was wrong. It's Marlboro, not Winston.
Yeah, couple swap wedding roles as groom walks along the aisle in dress and bride in tuxedo.
Whatever.
Couple decide to do everything backwards and wacky ceremony after bride Clara refuses to walk down the aisle. and groom Bobby takes her last name, Cock. Mandy likes camel. You see, if you're taking your wife's last name, that just means you're a cock.
Mandy, at one point in time, I used to smoke the old unfiltered Camels.
Yeah, big deal. I know smoking's not healthy, but I'm an idiot.
Well, if you like Camels, I posted a picture of a lighter in my Discord that's a Camel Zippo style lighter.
Yeah, I saw that.
I
like Camel Toe.
Let me introduce the bride and groom, or should I say the groom and bride. Clara O'Donnell always fancied getting married in a suit, and she certainly wasn't going to walk down the aisle. So her fiancé, Bobby Cook, whose romance blossomed despite an awkward first meeting, decided to swap roles. Clara donned the tux alongside her three bridesmaids while strapping 6'4" Bobby put on a £45 frock. £45 for a wedding dress. Well, these two idiots have each other around forever alone. Enjoying the club. And got his two groomsmen to wear dresses too. Obviously, we've always joked about Clara wearing trousers in their relationship, so it makes sense for her to wear them at the wedding. Yeah, he's a cock.
Are you going to lay down or keep walking on my freaking hip? Really? You don't say.
Yeah, that was cute. Yeah. Clara said she wouldn't be walking down the aisle. So I walked down the aisle for her, so we decided to do everything backwards. I took her family name. It was so relaxed. I had a great laugh. And there were a few gobsmacked faces. $45 dress was it from a pawn shop?
I've never heard of the guy taking the girl's name. I've heard of them both changing their last name.
I've heard of it, but it's rare. It's not something that usually happens.
You are kneading my ribs. That feels great. Thank you. Sarcasm.
You decided it'd be funny. Me and Bobby could be a bit wacky, and I thought we did. I thought if we did, it would really break the ice and give everyone a good form at the start of the day. Jack White took Meg White's last name.
Mandy, his mother probably bought him. His mother probably bought him the dress because she knew he was going to be a little bitch when he grew up.
He wrote the ceremony as well. They kept their plans a secret for nearly all guests until the big day. Someone was just wrong about that.
Wait, Mandy, wasn't Jack and Meg white brother and sister? Were they from Alabama? Anyway.
We're going to have to sit out that one. Just in case someone from Alabama's watching this and might get offended. Why are the guys dressed up as women? I don't know, because they want it to be different. That's the only line of thought I can think of with that one.
They want to be different, just like everybody else.
Douchey tattoos. Yep. The bridesmaids knew they'd be wearing tuxedos, but the groomsmen had no idea they were wearing frocks. Probably 35 said I wouldn't let them try the outfits before they blacked out. In case they backed out on the day. They loved it. They cried tears of amusement when they saw the dresses. Well, they were different, I'll give them that. They were married but told everyone they were brother and sister. Why? Why would you get married and tell everyone you're brother and sister? Like, that's just fucking weirdos. We were in aesthetics. I was size 18. They were all size 14. Yeah. Anyway, weirdos. That's what they are. Weirdos.
Well, it's probably along the same line of that tattoo chick. It told everybody she was a lesbian until she ended up pregnant.
Why is it that lesbians seem to? Isn't there? What was it? Lesbians are more likely to get pregnant on like a college campus.
What? How are lesbians more likely to get pregnant on a college campus?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's a thing I saw.
That's just weird.
Because they get drunk, forget they're a lesbian.
I know, I can't understand that though. Like, doesn't make sense. We just experimentation, so it is. Yeah. Okay. I'm tired.
Yep. I've been up since 4:30 this morning.
Right. Naked pics show U.S. politician Katie Hill, 32, smoking a bong and kissing female staffer. 24 after admitting affair.
That must be the Daily Mail. Because Daily Mail. Oh, I was going to say the Daily Mail apparently published the pictures, although censored. And when she said take them down, Daily Mail was like, what are you going to do about it? We're not a U.S. company.
Yeah, that's weird. Why is a non-U.S. company reporting on U.S. politics?
Because they just do like news from around the world.
Why the hell is NBC reporting on Brexit?
Yeah, they just do news from around the world. Leaked pics of Katie Hill have added fuel to the sex saga that has now become a career threat for the politician. One of the images appears to show the congresswoman from California. I'm shocked. Nude with a bong filled with brown liquid and questionable tattoo on her midriff. The tattoo doesn't really matter. Like, if you're a politician, smoking a bong is not a very good look.
The tattoo's an iron cross.
You know, the iron cross is a Celtic symbol. I don't see why that's questionable.
Because over the last several years, the iron cross has been absolutely equated, absolutely unequivocally, and without any kind of what's the word I'm looking? Forgiveness, I guess. It's been linked with a certain political group, certain World War II German political group.
But it's not a Nazi symbol, though. It's a Celtic symbol.
It's a Nazi incorporated symbol. It's a Nazi incorporated symbol, and supposedly she incorporated it, or she used it in the incorporated, not the original use of it. That also come to find out these pictures are not leaked pictures. They're not revenge pictures. These these pictures are pictures that were posted on a wife picture sharing site several years ago. And when this picture was originally taken, smoking marijuana was actually illegal in California. So there's a picture of her breaking the law.
Even a politician taking drugs isn't a good look anyway.
Nope.
The images in question were obtained by the Daily Mail and released Thursday. One day after Hill became the subject of House ethics investigation into allegations she bedded 2 young legislative staffers, one male and one female. Another image appears to show the 32-year-old Congresswoman kissing a female staffer who has been identified as 24-year-old Morgan Desjardins. She's a weird sex perv. I like her style. After the images were released, Hill's lawyer sent out a case and assist letter to the Daily Mail demanding it take down the images as it was an invasion of privacy. But you know what? If you're a politician and you take pictures of things like this, it's going to get leaked eventually.
Shouldn't have let your husband post them online then, you dumb twat.
Well, you post them on social media.
Supposedly it was some wife sharing site he posted the pictures on. And so far, it's kind of interesting that this article hasn't mentioned that the one female staffer, she and her husband were, for lack of a better term, but the other male staffer, she was cheating on her husband with. So, yeah. Really interesting where the for it.
Yep, it is. The tattoo around Hill's bikini area appeared to resemble that of an iron cross, which, according to the Anti-Defamation League, are sometimes used by neo-Nazis, as they are similar to a German military medal handed out at the end of World War II. No, it's not. It's a Celtic cross, but okay. Use of the cross does, however, not come with racist connotations. The group added, pointing out that it's used by the likes of bikers, skaters, and many extreme sports enthusiasts. Yeah, but the ADL will probably all tell them they're fucking Nazis, because everyone is. Hello, Debbie, thanks. Hill spent just under a year on Capitol Hill, and during that time, she has received plaudits for being openly bisexual progressive. Who flipped a region that was previously Republican.
You're trendy.
Yeah, look at that. You like to fuck both men and women. Congratulations. Here's your prize.
I don't know why it matters what you do in private.
Yeah, because when you suppose what you do in private, you don't like it. So,
listen, as long as you're not breaking the law or hurting anyone, I don't give a shit who or what you decide to molest or fuck, whatever.
the ADL has way too much authority on what is and what isn't a hate symbol. Yeah, they do. Pretty much anything's a hate symbol. So hello to Lee.
My stinky starfish is a hate symbol.
An unusual move involving a newcomer, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, also named the 32-year-old as her vice chairwoman of the House Oversight and Reform Committee, a panel that is heavily involved in the impeachment inquiry into Trump. The recriminations against Hill started last Friday, and Retrate, a conservative news site, accused Hill of violating House rules against with subordinates. And this has been done before. I'm pretty sure Bill Clinton did this, though, didn't he? I've heard that guy have.
Bill Clinton, Ilhan Omar, the representative from Guam, although he actually doesn't have any power.
Guam's a
God,
territory?
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, Guam is a territory.
Yeah, it's been a territory for some time. It's like Puerto Rico. God, what the hell is that guy's name? Gary
Does
something.
it even count?
Gary something back in the 90s. His intern ended up dead, and they were turned out he was screwing her. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Anyway, all the Kennedys.
Quack, quack, Jane. If you turn into a duck, when you're Canadian, being a duck's going to be better than being Canadian. Unless you're
No,
Canadian.
if they're Canadian, it's a goose.
I don't know. All their geese are flying over my head right now, just like most of the people from Quebec are on their way down to Florida.
Red State reported that Hill's estranged husband, Kenny Heslip, who she is divorcing, had posted on a now deleted Facebook account that Hill had been sleeping with her male fiance, finance director, for the last year at least. At least she's not a cock.
But she is a hoe.
I want to eat a Canadian goose for Christmas dinner. Heslip was apparently referring to legislative staffer Graham. Red State reported in another post, and in another posted, Heslip apparently wrote, "I didn't file for a divorce because she would buy."
Get that old man back to the nursing home. Sorry.
Well, hold on.
Prop hunt. Sorry.
What?
Okay, so prop hunt, you start out as an old man before you turn into a prop, and a bunch of people were chasing an old man around shooting at him. And I had to push to talk to yell at him. Continue on.
Dude.
Don't mind me.
That's
I
your
wonder
daily
if we got
dose of
conflicts.
ADHD, courtesy of Green Thunder.
Wait, you only want that once a day?
Then also too, if you're going to eat one, aim for anything but the front bird because they like bootstrap leather.
I actually grabbed one by the neck. And actually grabbed one of them damn Canadian geese by the neck one time. It was going after my first wife because my wife was walking along carrying a bag of popcorn. They decided they wanted the popcorn. One started coming after her. I managed to get a hold of that little bastard by the neck. So the whole damn rest of the flock came after me. Yet.
Yeah, geese are mean.
Heslip was apparently referring to legislative staffer Graham Red State and the Red State report, and in another, Heslip apparently wrote, "I didn't file for divorce because she was bi." Well, if she's been cheating on you for the past year, that's probably a reason for divorce. I did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Geese are savage. Swans are worse though. Swans and geese, they're fucking swans and geese.
Not that many swans in the U.S.
Hill denied in a statement saying allegations I have been involved in a relationship with Mr. Kelly are absolutely false. I'm saddened that the deeply personal matter of my divorce has now been brought to public view. And the vindictive claims of my ex have now involved the lives and reputations of unrelated parties. Daily Mail and Redstone, however, claim Heslip appeared to have no issues with Hill's relationship with Santa Clara, California resident Ms. Jardins. I see too was a willing participant. Well, doesn't matter. He's still fucking
That's a
done it.
cop out. Pay attention to the wording. That's a cop out. She didn't answer it. She's sitting there denying they have a relationship, and everything is being worded saying they are not in a relationship. She is denying any hint of a relationship. The husband didn't accuse them of being in a relationship. They accused them of fucking. She's already proven herself to be a whore. So friends with she said she can sit there and put that through her Jeremiah decoder ring and say if they're screwing, if they're friend or they can be just friends and screwing, not actually be in a relationship. She already established she a hoe.
On the line as well. They're pretty big. And they're pretty birds though. Pretty poopers everywhere. They're good looking birds. Leaked photos and text messages appear to show what was, for more than a year, a polyamorous freeway relationship between Hill and Slip and Jordan. How would they say that? Didn't they say for a year they've been cheating on him? How was this an affair?
Because she was hired, because the staffer. She's been in Congress a little less than a year, and the relationship with the girl was before she was actually elected, or was sometime before she was elected into Congress. But that whole mess broke off, and she started banging the other guy afterwards. Supposedly, she's banging the one guy now, but she was with that other girl before.
That's living Jordan. The letter reported backing up such claims with images like one that appeared to show Hill brushing Jordan's hair and well news. According to the messages leaked to Red State, Hill called off the relationship in May, 4 months after she moved to DC. After Red State broke the story, Hill accused the amount of being a smear campaign. He accused of being a smear campaign against her. He said inmate photos of me and another individual were published by the public and operatives on the internet without my consent. I've notified Capitol Hill police who are investigating the situation. What happens if you post them on a public social media account and someone reposts them? How is that a crime? I think it was maybe a copyright issue, but you're not making any money off it, so yeah. I don't get it. I don't know. Well, the fact that I'm going through a divorce from an abusive husband who seems determined to try and humiliate me. I discussed that my opponents would seek and to exploit such a private matter for political gain. Oh, welcome to the world of politics.
Mm-hmm. Stormy Daniels comes to mind.
Yeah, the world of politics is a fucking brutal place. A lot of shady individuals go into politics. On Wednesday, the House Ethics Committee said it was investigating the allegations that Hill had a sexual relationship with a member of her congressional staff, which Hill previously denied. The lawmakers have come under intense criticism for being slow to update Capitol Hill rules on sexual harassment, but finally passed an ethics change last year. Among other steps, banned lawmakers from having sexual relationships with staff aides. The panel noted they was casting no judgment on the validity of charges, which were based on the report on anonymous sources. Letter to our constituents Wednesday, Hill acknowledged the relationship, writing, I know even a consensual relationship with my subordinate is inappropriate, but I'm still allowed it to happen despite my better judgment. For that, I apologize. I wish nothing but the best for her and hope everyone respects her privacy in this difficult time. The revelations published Thursday give more ammunition to political rivals who have been calling for Hill to resign. Randy, for your information, I shit before the sleep. Pretty fun. Did you finally do me a favor?
What?
Put my link in your Skittles chat.
Yeah, I've had enough of this game anyway.
You took my reins, so I can't. Okay. Miss I'm from team is way funnier. Well, yeah. I can just say, Gills, this is your fault for taking my time. He has to live himself. I said it maybe an hour later, but you didn't listen, so. Anyway, where were we? Angelo and the Woods Jacobs, a political rival for Hills, 25 district seat in suburban LA, tweeted it could have been. Could have put a rival nation at risk due to a heightened political potential to be blackmailed. Supporters of Hills say that she was a victim of revenge porn, which is illegal under California law. Does that count as revenge porn? I'm not entirely sure that would it?
If he posted it after they broke up, yeah, they could porn.
Yeah, it was a public thing though. Like, where were these posted?
See, that's a. I mean, it's kind of a big gray area kind of thing, where considering she's not the one who took the pictures.
No.
Oh, Mandy wants to see my Oscar Mayer wiener.
But if it's on a public thing, then some people can share it. And people can share that around anyway, and eventually it gets somewhere. So I'm sure that's how that. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I'm right. Load. Fucking load. Man, why do you want to see Tucker's wiener? You probably want to see everyone's wiener, don't you? Oh, fuck's sake, I need to turn the eyeballs off, don't I? Hello, Red Feather. Is Green asleep? I think so. I think Green's still here. Still here, Green?
Yeah, I'm here. Well, I'm back now.
Andy was asking.
No, not asleep. It's way too early to go to sleep. That's like around 7 when I want to start going to sleep.
Yeah, so
9 especially.
Stop Brexit, man.
About a half hour.
Yeah, you've been up since 4:30 this morning, so I don't blame you.
Yep.
Stop Brexit, man. Gate crashing TV and fighting fascists with the face of Remain resistance. Yeah, he's fighting fascism whilst also supporting what is a forming fascist dictatorship. Slow clap for this man. Scotty, Pete found the key to your heart on Zelda. Did he? What was that then, Cryptic? Yeah, it's just 11 a.m. just off Westminster College Green. And my browser's being fucking slow.
I hate when my shit's slow. Stupid internet.
And Green has the sleeping habits of a 17-year-old lady.
I have to get like at least 9 hours of sleep every night, preferably like 12.
Why?
Because otherwise I'm cranky. I like getting a lot of sleep. I'm getting my fair share in. More than my fair share. I got nothing better to do but sleep.
And in 20 minutes, I have been with Steve Bray. He has been receiving half a dozen selfie requests and signed a couple of autographs. A passing police officer has discreetly told him to keep up the good work. Well, that's great. I thought, aren't police supposed to be apolitical? I mean, that's very good for the public servant being biased, is it? In normal times, this can be an unusual reaction to a middle-aged coin dealer from Port Talbot, but in modern times, a middle-aged coin dealer from Port Talbot might have not required a minor celebrity status. He'll continue to get crash in live TV news and EU top hat and Union Jack waistcoat. He might not become non-stop Brexit man after putting his life on hold for 2 years. The Daily Villa pro-Remain slogans for 3 foot loud hailing and brownish pro-Remain placards in the background of broadcasts. Oh, Mandy, you can't see my butthole. Why would you want to see my butthole? In normal times, such behaviour here outside Parliament would almost certainly not be applauded by peers passing over the rail. I mean, I believe he has a right to do it, but nothing better to do with his life. And just sit there and complain about a vote that didn't go his way for the last few years.
Man, must really suck living in a place where democracy doesn't matter.
Oh, that's what he wants to lose. Normal times, keep it up, Steve, Lord. Strasburger said, we'll say. I'm pausing for the chat. It's like this every day, Ray tells me. Sport is relentless. The perfect time when the chat walks past, Bobo would double taking in that direction. I'm in Mansfield, we can hear him say, I've just seen that cock with a megaphone. Nice dude holding a megaphone. Looks down at momentarily. I get a fair bit of that too.
Mandy, you can send Sky $10 and I'll send you a picture of my anus.
Should be sending you $10 for that, wouldn't it?
My Streamlabs is down, therefore you get the money. Why are you arguing with me trying to get you money? Streamlabs.com/opinionated Scotsman.
I'm fine for the money. I don't need the money. I know.
What are you, communist? Or was anti-capitalist?
And he puts his lip on the third and stop Brexit, he booms. It's Wednesday when I spend the day with the 50-year-old, and after a hectic week, he's playing things relatively quiet. Breaking news: 39 people have been found dead in a truck. Essex makes waves, making wary of women placards behind news presenters. You don't want your signs when they're talking about mass deaths, he says. Yeah, but how do you know what how do you know what the news report they're actually doing though? That's the thing. This guy just spend all day standing around Parliament hoping that news people will show up.
Apparently, a lot of people don't have anything better to do but sit around with their thumbs up their ass walking around a building.
He's a prude about his butthole. He's going to give me a key to your heart. Don't cheat on me with Pete. I'm not cheating on anyone. All the same, he's good, unfailingly friendly, and perhaps it's just the attire bears more than a passing resemblance to Screaming Lord Such. I don't know Screaming Lord Such. He's That was the leader of the Monster Raving Looney Party. The former leader. They're a famous joke party over here. That's normal. Every downtown car will tell you that. Actually, there used to be this fat guy that used to get cast news all the time. He had like the most girly voice you could think of. Was he a guy who was like 6'5" and weighed like 30 stone or something?
So you're telling me the guy would go up to news reporter and goes, "Hey, you gonna use that camera?"
No, he would just stand there, and I think one person actually interviewed him one day.
Do you have a permit for that motorcycle?
Telecryptic is a geographical problem. Why? He's really got a cigarette in a knife. I'll click when they revoke Article 50. He promises. Yes, man, he's got an emotional connection. No, we don't. Green says we can see his butthole, so we get to it. So get to it.
I said if you give Scotsman money. Have you given Scotsman money?
What's your obsession with buttholes anyway? Why do you want to see something that shit comes out of?
Mine is clean, thank you. But yeah, shit does come out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, what are the few people who could be considered to have a good, part of good Brexit? I think it's a good Brexit because so far it's been an absolute fucking shambles. Hilary Benn, Adam Fleming, a pensioner who voted leave, and everyone cheered. Praise the chief among them. Yeah, that pensioner who voted leave, you can tell you're biased, can't you? I mean, like, there's like one of those people that complain about saying, well, it's all about saying, well, it shouldn't count because saying, well, it's a good thing that everyone will be dead soon or something like that. The vote leave. It's like, that's just how fucking fucked up can you possibly get? Yeah, like, that's just. Because the other receptions of BBC, ITV, and Sky News, and all may have made him a nemesis to Westminster's news crews. Annoyed plenty of Brexiteers, but they also have given millions a much needed laugh. He found newfound fame and such. His newfound fame is such that he can no longer walk through London without being stopped by people, Leavers, Remainers, wanting to talk or argue. If I'm an outfit, that's if I'm in my outfit, he clarifies. All I have to do is take my hat off and no one recognizes me anymore, like Clark Kent and his glasses. I guess that's the good thing about having a disguise, though, isn't it? One of his proudest moments was repeatedly drowning visibly deflated Mark Francois during a BBC interview this month. It was the Tory MP's less cultured comeback. Man who wants chocolate mold everyone's butthole. That's just weird. Man, it just sounds something you never know what magic he may bring. We're going to have to wait like no less than 2 months for that. Another was appearing behind Chris Grayling. After it emerged, the then Transport Secretary had given Brexit contracts to a ferry company with no ferries. Ray held the model up to viewers. SS disaster, he said. You know, my chat is literally shit right now. But what can I say? His persistence has been such that when the BBC built a 15-foot platform on the green, essentially to prevent him from getting shot, he responded by fastening a 15-foot pole to keep his placards in view. This guy really needs to get life. I heard they spent £10,000 on that platform. The grandfather of one says, "Christ, this guy's got grandkids."
I agree with Red Feather.
I dipped into Screwfix and bought a couple of conduits and a pack of couplings for £2.49. Job done. All the on-screen presenters themselves appear overtly concerned. It should be saying Anna McVeigh defended his right to protest live on air. Well, Laura Kisberg and Victoria Derbyshire attend both to say hello. He reckons Kay Burley. I asked, "Can I get an eye roll?" He says. Seeing a bit Red Feather. Late in the day, the cameraman walked past. On his way to a night shift. Good showing on at 10 o'clock tonight. Last night, Steve. Grace Age is one of a dozen protesters both for and against Brexit who gather around College Green every day. Circus down there. One woman, Elspeth Williams, who lived in Spain for almost 2 decades, but came to London in January to campaign full time. And that tells she's split with her husband because of their differences over the referendum. Well, that he's a dickhead, she says. And despite the million flags and occasional Bojo impersonations, perhaps because he was here first, remains central. No, it's because he makes an absolute tit out of himself, that's why. You make an absolute tit out of yourself on national TV, you're going to get... They're going to know who you are, aren't they? That's what happens. As if he considers himself essentially momentarily confused, no, he replies to under the top hat, megaphone by his feet. Well, in the case, Remainers, or at least Remainists, love him. Remainer and Remainists, you mean Ramoners? The aforementioned Williams says when the pairing marched together in last week's people vote rally, even though you've already had your people's vote, the people vote already happened and they won. You want to let know other people and have another one because we didn't get our way vote. He was constantly approached by well-wishers. It was like being Mick Jagger, the 52-year-old translator notes. Ray himself said a story of once having an arm slung around his shoulders. My missus fucking love you, said his own. It was only Bob Geldof here, calls, he says. You deserve the fucking European medal. I'm not sure there's a European medal anyway. All right, Bob, thank you. There's one in football. So I know. With such bad events, I might end up being offered a place. You might end up being offered a place when I'm a celebrity at one point.
Which metal's European? Calcium? Lithium? Which one?
No, I said medal, not metal. Not metal. In the jungle, leap on. All leavers would keep voting to have me and eat the kangaroo testicle. Maybe true. Ray Melanie saying is not loved by everyone. Police have made an injunction on to stop him using motorized inhalers, while commentators have suggested that his constant hammering of Brexit exiteers may have turned some moderates towards leave.
Let's see.
Really annoying. When you go.
Well, there was the time I got bit in the ass by a dog, and there was also a time I fell off my bike and had a freaking bear claws size road rash on my ass. That sucked.
What was that to do with this?
No, I was talking about what Mandy said.
All right. Well. From sitting naked on a hotel. The one time I got ringworm on my butt cheek from sitting naked on the hotel floor. TMI. I say about that, TMI. This man's an idiot. That's all I can say. Total fucking moron. Oh, 3 dislikes. I know exactly where they come from. Chucker's still here.
I'm here.
I wonder why you're a bit quiet.
I've been in and out of signal.
And I've
Hey,
been
making
eating.
somebody happy.
What'd you do? Send Mandy a picture of your butt?
No, he wants to see him. I only see 1 dislike, but press the page and you'll see 3. Which is fine, it's all interaction at the end of the day. And I'm going to be very quick. Be right back.
Okay. So, what have you two been up to other than driving? Anything?
That's it.
That's it.
Drive, eat, sleep, drive. That's the name of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting ready to hit it because I got to get up at 4:30 again in the morning.
Usual tomorrow?
Yep.
Mm.
So you know where I'll be tomorrow night.
Yeah. Are you back to Saturdays off or?
Sundays.
Okay.
Let's see. I come back Thursday, work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, off Sunday, and then it's on the Sunday schedule.
Okay. Actually, Mandy, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure Thunder would make a good truck driver.
I don't pay
Unfortunately,
attention. I lose focus too much, and not safe to drive.
See, I was going to say you're the guy who, turns the truck on, pushes the clutch all the way in like he's supposed to, get the clutch brake done its thing, sit there and bog the damn motor out every time
Probably.
because you forgot to push the little yellow and red buttons in.
Yeah. How about that? I'm back.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Ooh. Facebook launched new tab to support. Facebook launches news tab to support journalism.
Yay.
Tab will
What
be
did
rolled
you
out
fucking
today
do?
as a subset of people in the US before becoming widely available over the next year. How are people getting their news from Facebook? Has launched Facebook News in its latest attempt by the social media giant to support journalism on its site. Yeah, I don't know what kind of views they'll be posting out.
If you want to get technical about it, that's where Blind Girl gets all her news stories, or at least that's where she clicks on them to read them. She first uploads them to Facebook, though.
Well, that's just where she puts them. The section will appear alongside the familiar feed in a special news tab dedicated solely to journalism. It's been tested internationally. Internally, Facebook staff, the tab will be rolled out today. There are a subset of people in the US that are becoming widely available over the next year. Chief Executive Mark Zuckerberg first announced the plan in April, saying he wanted the tech giant to support struggling news outlets. However, And the project has already run into controversy after Zuckerberg confirmed that right-wing website Breitbart would be one of the publishers in the selected to appear on the news tab. Quite surprised
So
about that.
getting news from multiple angles is a bad thing.
Yeah, it is when you have an agenda to do this, yeah.
Of course.
And you've got no way to of actually what's the word?
Hmm.
To argue against them, therefore you just want everything to be hidden. I'm surprised about that though. I expected it to be like biased news. Well, I guess probably biased, but you know what I mean? I expected it to be like solely one position of news. And that follows the row which outlets be paid for material, with some being asked to contribute without payment. After Facebook launches its news feed in 2006, it became very successful with leaders leaving published, which are squeezed as advertisers choose to advertise with their social network. Algorithm changes also made life difficult for publishers as Facebook tweaks, such as switch to meaningful content in 2018, changed the number of readers that came to their websites. In the first wave of testing, Facebook News will still showcase the original, reporting from local publications in its latest major metro areas, including the US, New York, LA, and Boston. The section will eventually feature top stories chosen by journalists, personalized articles on the news based on the news users read in specific topic sections, as well as a section for people who linked to their paid news subscriptions to their Facebook account. That's a bad idea. Yeah, that's just another way of developing a spy on you. Man, it should be attacked there, but I only see one dislike. No, 3 dislikes. See? In a change from its normal practice, Facebook has hired journalists and editors to curate the stories on Facebook News. However, the firm suggested it would be mainly relying on automated systems to select the stories, saying we want new forms of journalism in the digital age, including individual independent journalism, to flourish. Manny should be a truck driver. We will continue to expand the algorithm against selection of stories driving the majority of Facebook news. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting my news from Facebook. Well, I'm surprised they didn't include Breitbart, though. That does kind of surprise me. No. Anyway. No.
All right, people, I'm gonna bug out so I can go to bed and get some sleep.
All right, Krabby.
Night, Crabby.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Holler at you tomorrow.
All right, brother.
All right. Bye.
Last time I got ringworm on my butt cheek. Or butt cheek. Transgender women should be allowed to compete in elite female sports, says taxpayer funded Congo after row over cyclist. Transgender women who were born male should be allowed to compete in female events. Female-only sports events without medical checks. No. Because then by that logic, couldn't a man... Because you know how easy it is to... Because, I mean, couldn't a man just say that a woman... Because I've seen how easy it is to change your gender. You get a thing from the doctor. They're not going to actually say anything because they get offended. And then, yeah. Listen, I could just like wear a dress and say I'm transgender and get to play in female sports by that logic. So the press images in 5, 4, 3, 2. Where's the one, Jen? According to the group, receiving taxpayers' money to run training sessions for national sporting bodies. Sport England, the guarantees the overseas grassroots sport has paid 26 grand to controversial trans lobby group Gender Intelligence to deliver the sessions to sport associations. Critics of accused Sport England of introducing a new gender policy through Gender Intelligence to clarify its official guidance on trans women later this year. So basically, they just want basically they want men to compete against women. Basically, is what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, there's no medical checks. It is literally men competing against women.
What up, Tom?
Controversy comes as male-born trans athletes dominate women's sport, including Canadian cyclist Rachel McKinnon, who won the second world title in Manchester last weekend. One training document proved by Gender Intelligence and seen by the Mail on Sunday urged the sporting bodies to challenge the idea that trans women who were born male have an unfair advantage when they compete against biological women. Well, yes, because they do. If they went through puberty as a man, then everybody's strength is going to be higher than that as a woman. But a fair bit higher than that as a woman.
I mean, the truth is the truth, and they think biology is a lie, which it's not.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Sith.
What up, Sith?
Yeah, stunning and brave. Making a Capri sound like a 10-year-old. And impressing images don't mind me. Yeah. Fair enough.
Wait. Mandy's drinking a liquid out of a bag. She's waking up in her Canadian. Oh, I'm sorry. That's milk. Sorry. Close enough.
I was just going to say smoking wondering where's my toe.
Dude, I have some Capri Suns right next to me.
Are they the ones in the little bags?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me find one. Unless I drunk all of them, and then in which case I need to get up and grab more.
Because they're biologically men, it means they have far higher body strength. Far upper body strength, which means in most sports.
Oh, they're all gone from over here.
Women actually do better than men in some sports like swimming because the body's more aerodynamic for things like swimming, but generally men do better than women in sports.
Wonder how much drag the boobs cost.
Which is why,
To be honest, I'd rather see a woman in a bikini climbing out of a swimming pool more than a man.
it's like the only Olympic sport I've actually watched like a women's beach volleyball.
Wouldn't really call that a sport more than an aphrodisiac, but okay.
It is an event in the Olympics, though. It's women's beach volleyball.
Well,
Why am I not surprised?
You know they took the boob physics out of Dead or Alive because apparently, whatever, I forget what the reason was. It was stupid.
Because feminists were complaining.
Like, apparently to them, boobs don't jiggle. I mean, if you're going to make a game, try to make it accurate.
No, it got to the point. I think that Dead or Alive game, it got to the point. Yeah, it was all about the women.
Yeah. Which I never actually played it, so.
Neither have I.
If I want to play a sex game, I'll just straight up go and play a sex game.
And President Trump.
Green Thunder has admitted he plays sex games.
Yes, I do. Why? I mean, I haven't lately.
At present, trans women must undergo tests to prove they are taking hormone blocking drugs to reduce their testosterone levels before competing in women's sport. Sounds a bit of an even more unfair advantage than they already have, which is pretty high as it is. Yeah, it just seems like. Yeah, the government, the document entitled "Social Inclusion for Model for Trans People in Sport" asked, "Why are we worrying about medical intervention? They may or may not have had. They're women within women parameters. No, they're not. They're not biologically a woman." Well, if you go for like things like boxing, for example. Like
There, I've seen someone basically say that these people aren't going happy until someone transgender person kills a biological woman.
I think it's happened actually.
I was like, these are the kind of people that want like men and women to compete against each other in sports, but then they're also the same kind of people that complain if women win barely any medals.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when they start claiming there's no difference in what men or women biologically. Seriously, I've seen that argument. I'm like, no, you're an idiot.
So the reason why men and women don't like compete against each other is the same reason why like amateur boxers don't fight professional boxers, because that's just a disaster waiting to happen.
Getting murdered?
What?
They'd get murdered?
Exactly. We see what happens when a trans woman punches a real woman. My favorite sport is RuPaul's Drag Race. Gender Intelligence has previously been criticized for running trans awareness skill workshops for pupils as young as 4. Fucking hell.
Fuck off, kids don't have sexuality.
Fucking stop pushing your fucking shit on kids.
Hashtag save James.
Yes, we need to save James.
Dr. Nicole Williams from the Women's Rights Pressure Group Fair Play for Women said Sports England has not yet finalised its guidance on trans inclusion, but it is already sneaking out. Gender Intelligence, which registered as a charity earlier this year, claims to have delivered trans training sessions to more than 16,000 people. Its sports seminars, which have been running since April, claim there is a rational fear of biological males pretending to be trans women to cheat in sport.
Basically, it's happened. There was a dude who said, I identify as a woman, broke the, I think, deadlift record for women. And
it's a deadlift, yeah.
And then I think he went back to go, yeah, now I identify a male. But I was a woman then, so I broke the record for women.
Yeah, and the bad part is he did it at a hotel that's like 10 miles from my, or like 15 miles from my house.
It's better than NASCAR, I think. Well, don't tell Crappy Slayer that. He's still watching.
He knows.
He's a big NASCAR fan, though, isn't he?
NASCAR takes some skill. Well, yeah, skill and endurance. You try driving around a track for 5 hours at 200 miles an hour and see if you don't crash.
I was going to say, trust me, Scotty, do yourself a favor. Look up the name Danica Patrick. She's an
oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I know who she is, yeah. I know who she is.
All right. Now, Thunder, do yourself a bigger favor and look up the fact that she has nudes leaked.
Oh, I think I've seen them. Great. They're
Oh,
fantastic.
I guess that's a case where a woman can compete against the man because we're all operating a vehicle. It's not affected by a gender, is it?
Nope.
As the sports teams need to move from an inclusive model where trans athletes have to provide medical evidence before competing in their chosen gender. Category 2, an inclusive model which assumes everyone can play unless there is clear objective reason for them to be excluded. So you're basically allowing like men to pretend they're women, so they can be against women, so they can win things. Basically,
Wonder if NASCAR is ever going to get back to its roots. The cars run on moonshine.
they don't run on moonshine, but
Oh yeah, no, they ran moonshine. That's it.
they ran to deliver moonshine. Yeah.
Coffee Devine, a specialist in sports policy for women, said the advance delivered by gender law intelligence may in breach of the law. She said the Equality Act says people with the protected characteristics of gender reassignment can be excluded from a female sport categories for the purpose of fairness and safety.
Oh, now Mandy says we're being pervs. She obviously hasn't checked her DMs.
Did you?
I sent her a picture of my.
I am
What's the
going to
taking units? Does it cryptic? Does it?
As soon as I get off there, I'm taking a picture of my cornhole and then sending it to Mandy.
Am I taking units even though you're here every day, though, cryptic? So am I doing something right?
You're fun to make fun of.
A number of athletes have expressed their concern about the inclusion of trans women athletes, argued it is unfair to other competitors. British cyclist Victoria Hood said the science is clear and it's obvious that any trans women may have an advantage over women. Yeah, but you're just a trans phobe, aren't you? All the governing bodies are terrified of a small, aggressive group of people. Taxpayers to be paying for these training sessions is ludicrous. I agree. Your mum takes endurance. You take no endurance. You said watching me takes endurance, even now you're saying I don't take any endurance. Make up your mind, cryptic. A spokesman for Sport England said Sport England is committed to ensuring that everyone can benefit from the benefits that leading an active life can offer. That's why we have been working with gender intelligence since April to support our sector to be better equipped to include trans people. Gender intelligence says the training will be delivered to allow more trans and non-binary people to access grassroots sports and facility, sports and fitness. How many fucking trans athletes are there actually, though?
Like 2. I don't know.
Like they're wasting all this money for a very, 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 very small percent of the population.
Yeah.
Like not even. I don't even think it is a percent. It's like nothing. Well,
Mandy's seen my banana.
okay, let's. Okay. Hungary MP bans. Hungary's Prime Minister bans gender study calls courses saying people are either born male or female.
No shit.
Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban is facing strong backlash from universities this week after banning gender studies programs. I thought you were banning them.
So what are all the blue-haired feminists going to study?
Sucking Dick 101. Oh, wait, no, they don't do that.
I don't know. No, right. Government standpoint is that people are born either male or female, spoken for the Prime Minister told CNN, and we do not consider it acceptable for us to talk about sexual constructed genders rather than biological sex. The Hungarian government issued a decree last Friday to revoke accreditation and funding for gender studies programs at 2 universities that offer them in Hungary. He's not banning them, then, is he? He's just getting rid of their funding. Never banned them, we just get rid of their funding. Just give them their own trans class outside of men and women, let them find their own sponsors, do organising, etc., and be done with that. I guess that's probably the best way to do it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
According to Budapest prestigious Central European University, the government had offered no public explanation for removing accreditation for their gender studies masters and PhD programs. You can get a fucking master's and PhD in fucking gender studies. You know. In the face of public moves such as this, the recent decision that mischaracterize and question the academic legitimacy of gender studies, we stress the concept of gender as a fundamental component of human experience. It's proven its importance across many areas of academic research. Well, the ban may not fully succeed. It's not a ban. They've just defunded them. It's not a ban. There's a difference between outright banning it and then defunding it. CNN, you're just incorrect here. As the European universities' degrees are also accredited in the US, and the programs will continue to accept applicants. Even still, the ban is seen by many as the latest attack on democracy in Hungary. Last month, the European Parliament voted to punish Prime Minister Orban for cracking down on democratic institutions in Hungary, including the press and academia. You should teach them, Tom. A statement released before the gender studies ban went into effect. It's not a ban. The Political Studies Association, an organisation supporting social science research, said the degrees calls into question the Hungarian government's commitment to the principles of democracy, which are the bedrock of European states. How is defunding an indoctrination program any way attacking democracy? I don't see what they're going with this.
I can actually kind of see why. They're using it as a buzzword to say it's attacking democracy. But in a sense it kind of is, because a lot of universities will use a gender studies program to indoctrinate somebody into their way of thinking. You know, they say, 2 + 2 = 7. Well, sooner or later, you keep teaching them 2 + 2 = 7, they're actually going to believe it. So, and they're going to vote the way they believe, even if it's incorrect. And pure democracy is more about consensus than it is about what's right and wrong, what's good and bad.
Rather than to commit gender studies, Hungary banned George Soros. They're okay in my book. Isn't he Hungarian though? UK government, no, the EU doesn't let countries run themselves, of course. No, they don't. Yeah, it's 4:20 in my house. We smoke weed every day. It's not even 4:20 for you. It'd be like 4:14 for you.
It's 4:20 somewhere. Just
Close
Blaze.
enough.
Technically, it's not actually because it. That's not how that works.
Okay, it's 4:15 somewhere.
Political Studies Association and agenda studies are an integral part of understanding the complexities of social interaction, the impact of policy, the dynamics of the economy, and the extent of abuse in personal and political power. Hungarian students have already begun gender studies degrees will be allowed to complete them, according to the Prime Minister's office. I think it's 5:15. Yeah, because the fucking clocks changed here. And you never did the same thing, fucking Americans. You fucking got my. You got my time zone. See you, dude. Anyway, we move on.
At least America told Britain, or
Florida
told the
man,
rest of Britain what they could do with themselves.
there you go. Florida man accused of stealing Disney. Florida man accused of stealing Disney costumes wrestles with deputies.
Okay.
According to detectives, the smartphone he didn't want to give up was used to take these pictures of costumes and props they say he stole from Walt Disney World.
So those pictures are on the internet right now, and they're attached to your phone.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office says the 24-year-old is a former Disney worker, and he used his ID to get behind-the-scenes access to the theme park. Then he'd take backstage photos he'd upload to his Twitter account called Backdoor Disney.
You're not going to destroy evidence. I wasn't going to destroy evidence. I can take my phone.
I'm sure it is.
In 2018, Disney reported an animatronic stolen from Epcot and later discovered costumes missing from the Haunted Mansion and other attractions. Deputies say Spikes and his cousin Blayton Taunton stole the items, and they have the pics to prove it. Taunton even created this fake name and ID. Investigators say this is Spikes wearing one of the wigs, and this is Taunton's girlfriend pulling off a crown and dress reported stolen.
I just told you I'm not telling you. This is your car. That's your leg. These are the things you had in your possession. We want them back.
Detectives say the duo would then sell many of the items online, making thousands of dollars per illegal transaction. And this had been going on for over 2 years. Hugh McRae, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Now, democracy is all well and good until the masses are brainwashed and absolute free speech is gone at the point it's an illusion. Legendary Florida man. Disney is the mafia you done fucked up to. Shit, you stole from the Haunted Mansion, that's the best way. A Florida man is accused of stealing $14,000 worth of Disney costumes from Walt Disney over a 2-year period. A video released by the Orange County Sheriff's Office shows investigators getting into a scuffle with Patrick Spikes as they question him about the fest from the House of Mouse. Fuck with the mouse, you'll end up dead, pretty much. Detectives said the 24-year-old was trying to take back the phone he used to take pictures of the stolen property before posting them online. So those pictures are on the internet right now. Now, attached to your mobile phone, you didn't send those pictures out. An investigator asked. No, Spikes said. Investigators said Spikes and his cousin Blayton Taunton stole costumes and wigs earlier this year for the Magic Kingdom's Haunted Mansion. Law enforcement document.
With the Twitter name like Backdoor Disney, he should have gone another direction with those costumes, but maybe that's just me.
Oh yeah, easily could have done, yeah. Easily could have done. I want to dress in the Haunted Mansion. Well, go to Florida and find this guy and steal them or something. I don't know. There's an idea there. There's an idea there.
Red Feather, you're not wrong. I mean, Florida is a hell of a lot closer than DC to Arkansas.
It is. On way to some Clinton bodies are in swamplands at Disneyland. Law enforcement documents show Taunton was a Disney employee and used his ID to get into employee-only areas at theme parks. Deputies said he would take them backstage, upload pictures to his Twitter account called Backdoor Disney. Spikes is also accused of stealing a bomber jacket, large headphones, a hat off an animatronic called Buzzy, a character from the now closed Wonders of Life attraction at Epcot. Detectives said the duo would sell many of the items online, making thousands of dollars on their transactions. Spikes and Taunton have been charged with burglary, gun theft, and dealing in stolen property. Authorities say the pair have been selling the items online for more than 2 years. I suppose if a fucking company as big and powerful as Disney, they haven't actually cut. They took them 2 years to catch them with this.
It probably took them 2 years to realize they were stolen.
And you think like Disney must have a lot of employees, though? You think?
Yeah, but it's one of those. It's one of those deals where they probably have spares upon spares upon spares of costumes, and it was probably a matter of he did it. He stole the costumes slowly enough to where they thought they were just misplaced.
So you said yesterday there was there's only one Chick-fil-A in the UK. Well, there's two actually.
Trucker, you just remind me. I think there's a song about that. Only the dude was stealing car parts from the manufacturer.
It's Johnny Cash, one piece at a time.
And it didn't cost me a dime.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say I went to the factory and picked it up. It's cheaper that way. What year is it? Well, it's a 48, 49, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59 automobile.
The bloody owner's manual is as thick as a freaking the Encyclopedia Britannica. Or I'm not sure.
Like because they're missing so big that because they're so big they didn't see them missing. Oh, it's like I summoned you. He's been here a while, Mandy. Controversial chain Chick-fil-A quietly opened second UK outlet in Scotland despite LGBT row. Has anyone picked up on this?
Perfectly deep fried chicken. It's gonna be perfect for Scotland. How far from you, Scotty?
It's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Trust me, go for a drive. Mandy, it is worth it. For the waffle fries alone, it's worth it.
I tell you what, next time up in Islands, I might ask just to go. Not in the Islands very often, though. And the US food chain, which funds several anti-LGBTQ organizations, and calls us to secretly open another branch in the Highlands despite facing backlash after opening an outlet in Reading. Controversial food outlet Chick-fil-A quietly opened an eatery in a resort in Cairngorms National Park, Aviemore. How do these? I don't understand how quietly open now. I guess it's because it's not.
The loud opening is them shouting, "Hey, look over here!"
I mean, you'd think someone would have complained about it anyway. The guy was somewhere, wouldn't you?
Somebody's always going to complain. That's the problem. But in a case like that, fuck them.
Yeah.
Mandy
I mean-
can vouch for me. Chick-fil-A is good and delicious.
I'm
and
all for
juicy.
the fuck 'em, but I think it would be hilarious if Chick-fil-A just straight up opens a restaurant and only hires gay employees or transsexual.
But there's the thing: there are trans employees for Chick-fil-A. There are gay employees for Chick-fil-A. I mean, as long as you don't have a tattoo on your hand or a tattoo running up your neck or something, it's not a big deal.
Well-
If you got a tattoo, actually, you know what? I know a gal who's got a tattoo on her forearm. They just took a sock and cut a sock and put it on her arm so it covers up the tattoo, and there she is working at Chick-fil-A, having a ball.
US food chain whose license was revoked by the Oracle Shopping Centre in Reading following protests of the company's consistent funding of anti-LGBTQ organisations, and calls it open a second outlet in a popular hotel chain as part of an ongoing exploration. Scottish newspaper reported. So what we're going to say there, Green? I got you off there.
Have you ever tried the foundations they make to cover up tattoos?
No.
They
They do make those, but I mean, it's a matter of will it rub off throughout the day if it's on your forearm?
true, probably.
And it's easier to either put a sock over to wear a long sleeve shirt. Just saying. She's a cute little thing too. It's a shame she doesn't have a soul.
She ginger? I love gingers.
She's a ginger.
I don't know anyone who doesn't think redheads are hot.
I was married to one for 7.5 years.
The shop opened around 3 weeks ago, according to the Shaftesbury and Badenoch Herald. And it's part of a hotel chain, McDonald's Aviemore Resort, sorry. And the hotel in Cairngorms is a national park. Aviemore is a 4-star resort with 4 eats, including a chicken shop, Chick-fil-A. Only activists don't like it because they haven't tried it. While the eatery met with loud backlash in England, guests who visited the chain gave the shop significantly more positive reviews. See, I'm kind of surprised, really. There's open one up in the Highlands and no one gives a fuck.
Pretty much.
A McDonald's hotel spokesperson told the Herald Chick-fil-A location has opened at McDonald's Resort Aviemore. Old Aviemore Resort. Chick-fil-A has already proved very popular with our guests, and we are happy to provide this quality experience as an option. One guest said the American chain lives up to expectations. On the 16th of October, while others sharing positive reviews on TripAdvisor, according to Pink News. I've already read about one of the articles. You know, it's bad news when England's looking more cucked than Scotland is. I mean, that just says it all, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the ones in Scotland seem happy to have it because it seems like it's good business for them. And the chain has also been prohibited from opening several sites in America. Has a clear long history of supporting anti-LGBT causes.
Think about it. It's probably better received in Scotland because aren't there a fair bit, a good part of like the folks in Scotland just don't give a fuck about the politics as long as the food's good.
Depends.
And it's and the thing is, the whole deal with Chick-fil-A supposed to be an anti whatever is one head honcho gave an interview to a newspaper or a magazine, and the magazine had said, or he said he supported traditional marriages. That's it. That's all he said.
Whoopie fucking do.
Yep.
It was a pretty damn innocuous quote to begin with. And at times like that, hell, during that whole argument whether gays should be married and should not be married, hell, people would sit there at the same time and say, I would take anti-LGBT marriage views because I said the government has no business to say what a marriage is or isn't. The problem is they were too dumb and too biased on their own to realize that I was talking about any and all marriage.
Yeah. You just want government to stay out of marriage in general.
I want the government to stay the fuck out of everything. They seem to fuck it up every
Alec,
time they get into something.
Yeah, Talik, you're right. Saying long history of supporting anti-LGBT is an extreme exaggeration.
Yeah, I think we got to talk about this anyway. I was surprised they opened one in Scotland and no one knew about it. Pretty surprised.
Well, you know now. You know now. Time to go for a drive.
I can't drive. That's the unfortunate thing. I can't drive.
Take a train.
There's no trains that go up there.
Ride a damn donkey. Whatever you got to do, dude.
I could get trains to Inverness and then get like a bus down to Aviemore, but then that seems like a absolute pain in the arse.
Their most popular sandwich is as simple as it can possibly be. It's a buttered roll with a couple pickle slices and a hunk of chicken. That's it. And hell, the wild part about that is my wife finds it absolutely hilarious because those chicken sandwiches are one of the few times I'll eat a pickle. I'm not the biggest on pickles, so.
Hey, Tom's going to pick you up, like right now.
All right. And the waffle fries. Oh.
In about 4 or 5 hours. It'll be a while.
You're right, Mandy. The salted to cooked and then salted to absolute perfection.
I love salt.
They're salted ever so slightly.
Oh, well, that's not enough salt.
Desperate migrants scramble for daylight around tiny hole inside of lorry on M25. Well, that's kind of your fault.
Fuck out of a potato.
Migrants crammed into lorry link a daylight after tearing hole and covering Britain's busiest motorway. The extraordinary scene on the M25 was snapped by a horrified motorist just days before the Essex death horror. That'll be a long drive, yeah. Police last night were examining an exclusive picture and video footage taken near Heathrow Airport. The driver who took the images said it was in the middle of the day, last Wednesday, just before we turned off for the M40. It was a strange sight. It was hard to tell how many were inside, but it looked like it was crammed in tight. Motorway cameras can be used to track down Chuck and his movements. How the fucking hell would the police not notice this? I don't know about you, but it looks a bit dodgy. Seeing people just stuck in the back of a lorry. No. Okay, enough of that migrant view. Make a vlog of you and go again Chick-fil-A, do some IRL streaming. Yeah, how the fucking hell did the police not want us to see these people? I think they would. I want to tweet them to it.
Too busy fucking with other people? I don't know.
Well, it was not obvious. Migrants are regularly picked up. Having got off trucks at a service station on the N25, London's orbital motorway running through the home counties. What could go wrong? Many things. Gotham services in Surrey have seen a spate of incidents. In a single year, some 117 people were arrested there on suspicion of immigration offences. A 19-year-old Vietnamese woman is also feared to be among the 39 migrants found dead in a lorry in Essex. Truck driver Lawrence Robinson, 25, who is known as Mo, is due to appear at Chelmsford Magistrates Court on Monday after he was charged with 39 counts of manslaughter, conspiracy to travel vehicle, conspiracy to assist unlawful immigration, and money laundering. Yes, and you guys have to hold hands while ordering now.
The people in Chick-fil-A probably won't care.
No, it's all, bro. You can't.
Stupid interdimensional STDs.
Robinson, who is from
What?
Northern Ireland, was arrested shortly
What?
after the bodies of 8 women and 31 men were found in the refrigerated trailer attached to his Sania cab in an industrial park in Grays in the early hours of Wednesday. All the victims had now been moved from the vessel in Tilbury Docks to Brimsfield Hospital in Chelmsford for post-mortem examinations to be carried out. The families facing an agonizing wait to find out if their loved ones were amongst the dead after the Essex police launched the largest fatality victim identification protest in the force's history. Yeah, I'm just more amazed they didn't actually cast them. That's what I'm amazed about. I'm more concerned of internet hate crimes than actual crime. Yeah. It's easier to deal
Well,
with.
it's because if you go after actual criminals, they may have guns and knives and what have you, and it's dangerous.
Not sounding painful.
Freaking scared the crap out of me. Some dude behind a corner.
Some dude behind the corner.
What is this? Half-Life.
Sounded sore.
Well, I accidentally shot a friendly.
What do you mind? Oh, that's what happens, doesn't it? Being friendly.
Well, apparently if you shoot a friendly, it shoots you back to the checkpoint, which sucks to be me.
That's life, isn't it? Life just sucks in general. Anyway, sounds like that air. Right.
So what's anything good?
I'm getting to that.
Ow. Stop shooting me.
Killed by U.S. military, Donald Trump confirms. Unconfirmed reports of Abdu Bakr al-Baghdadi have been killed have circulated multiple times in the past. However, intelligence officials believe he'd been hiding for 5 years. ISIS leader al-Bakr al-Baghdadi has been confirmed dead by Donald Trump following a selective military operation in Syria. Last night, the United States brought the world's #1 terrorist leader to justice. Abdu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead, Trump told reporters on Sunday. The US president went on to describe al-Baghdadi's death in geographical detail, explaining how the leader who was the US administration's top national security target had been chased down by tunnel by troops before detonating an explosive device. I thought Trump wasn't getting involved in this, though. I'm glad the man's dead.
what the wild part is, a bunch of media outlets in the U.S. came out with articles almost instantly talking about how much of a biblical scholar and how much we should admire him and how much of a trusted, loved leader he was. And
Yes,
Yeah,
the
but
fucking
terrorist
terrorist is good because Trump bad. Fucking
yeah,
retards.
that's precisely what happened.
even if Obama did this, Obama would be hailed as a hero.
Well, he still considered some people consider him the greatest of all time, even though he bombed U.S. citizens with no reason.
He also bombed the hospital full of innocent people at one point. Did you know?
Mm-hmm.
MSM is mad because Trump said he died like a dog. Trump derangement syndrome is real, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
The folk who tried hard to intimidate others spent his last moments in utter fear and panic and dread, terrified of the American forces coming down on him. He reached the end of the tunnel as our dogs chased him down. He ignited his vest, killing himself and his three children. His body was mutilated by the blast. The tunnel had caved on him. A secret operation targeting Baghdadi was reportedly approved by Trump earlier this month. There were reports Saturday of U.S. military helicopters over Syria's northwest foreign province. A team of a Joint Specialist Command, Operations Command carried out the operation after this evening. Actionable intelligence sources told Newsweek the location had been under surveillance for some time. A senior U.S. defense official told CNN that the CIA had assisted locating the ISIS leader. Tom Tory derangement syndrome has been in place in Scotland since about the 80s. It's definitely not a new thing. Really Thatcher derangement syndrome, really, which is also TDS. Trump had hinted at the news hours earlier, tweeting that something very big just happened. However, did not offer any more details ahead of Sunday's White House press office. Reports from several US news sources published on Saturday evening suggested the leader had been killed ahead of Trump's live televised statement. Al-Baghdadi was born Ibrahim Awad. Ibrahim. Okay. Ali Al foreign in 1971 in Samarra, Iraq, and was first detained by U.S. forces in Iraq in February 2004 when he was sent to Bucca prison because of his anti-U.S. military activity. So why they didn't just kill him there and then?
When was that?
2004.
He was probably. Wait a second. They caught him but let him go?
So they call him that he's released after 10 months.
Who's to say?
I'm just surprised they didn't just let him go there and then.
Politics. It's probably politics is why.
Oh, no. They assumed control of the group known at the time as the Islamic State of Iraq. Under his watch, a group known as the Nusra Front would emerge with the Islamic State of Iraq and Levant. News of his death had been reported multiple times over the years, however, these reports had never been confirmed. In 2017, Russian officials said there was a high probability he had been killed in a Russian airstrike on the outskirts of Rajgwa. However, the U.S. officials later believed he was still alive. Confirmation of his death is likely to be perceived as one of Trump's most important national security achievements, particularly after weeks of scrutiny across the political spectrum after pulling troops from Syria. Yes, it has. And you aren't there too, though.
Last night, the United States.
I meant by the media types, though. Yeah. Isn't it? Oh, right then. Doo-doo-doo. Anyway, no.
No.
Hello. Hate speech limits freedom of expression. Hate speech is not a new phenomenon in Malta, nor is it limited to issues of race or nationality. Significant portions of what passes for political debate here would quantify as hate speech. According to the United Nations definition, any kind of communication, writing or behavior that attacks or uses the prerogative or discriminatory language with reference to a person or a group of people based on who they are, in other words, based on their religion, ethnicity, nationality, race, color, descent, or gender, or identity factor. And verbal violence is often in the form of ad hominem. Some people with different views. There's no such thing as verbal violence. Verbal violence doesn't exist. Has in fact long characterized the tone of national discussion on a wide variety of topics. Nonetheless, there is evidence for the problem is worsening. Before last June MEP elections, at least death threats were reported. At least what number of death threats were reported? This is at least death threats were reported. More recently, protests calling for access to abortion includes white male, Christian male, and male gender, and straight people as well. For access to safe abortion, likewise explicit open death threats aimed at young women involved. The more recent Houfa riots where police caught and 3 other open center employees' cars were set alight, were immediately followed by unrestrained comments on social media that threatened violence towards the migrant community. This latter incident had been exposed as the sheer extent of the problem for the calls for violence. This time far more numerous, and more worryingly still, they seem to have elicited strong support from others. Cryptic, you don't own me, so you can't sell me. I feel like in order to sell somebody, you need to own them.
And you can't own people unless you sell yourself to Cryptic, I guess.
Well, that's still illegal. So doing that.
Not really.
Then if I'm agreeing to it, then it should be legal. 1p. I'm worth more than 1p, at least a pound. I don't own you, and that's what Jesus said. Jesus is dead. And this law incident has exposed the sheer extent of the problem. The calls for violence were this time far more numerous and more worryingly still, seem to have elicited strong support from others. When a broader context, the threat of hate speech is more insidious still by its very nature. It also aims at stifling free speech of others. Death threats have a chilling effect in what they can create an atmosphere of fear and loathing that makes it difficult for discussion to take place at all. There's a difference between death threats and free speech anyway. Death threats aren't included under free speech. If I go to someone's house and threaten to, if I show someone I threaten to kill them, or I openly incite violence against somebody, that isn't free speech. People say they're being patriotic or claim they are defending all the contest anti-racism opposition. That what they are unapologetically saying is they don't want others to have the same democratic presence they enjoy themselves. Quite simply, they are saying they don't want others to have free speech. But free speech is there for the benefit of everybody, not just the few, denying it to other constituents in defiance of the very human rights that guarantees all basic freedoms, including right to life. Then you just defended abortion a few paragraphs ago, so you're saying right to life, but abortion, that's good. Pick a side here. I don't even know where this fucking article's even going. So in this case, totalitarian can't be a solution to intolerance. We need to be brave enough to call out racism and hate speech where they are. Differences between what is wrong and what is intolerable. You could put Scotty on a best paying vice presidency. If they can't buy him enough to puff up with venom. Okay. This points to what a seemingly widespread misconception of freedom of speech does not mean that freedom to say anything at all. Without facing any form of consequence, the stark truth is, yes, there are some views that a free democratic society can't tolerate, and racism is one. Intolerably wrong things because it denies some people human equality on entirely arbitrary grounds. It creates a hierarchy of human wealth and causes serious harm to its targets. Racism or speech incites hatred or violence, which targets people according to their social or ethnic group. It's illegal and should be prosecuted instantly. No, it shouldn't. Okay, incitements to violence, yes, that should be illegal. If you're just saying racist things, that shouldn't be illegal. Imagine dying because all the venom's puffing your body up like a balloon. Yeah. But an action to hate speech has so far been the opposite, trolling through the Facebook page of Maltese far-right groups, but also newspaper columns is clear enough that refugees and foreigners are not popular. But the already inflicted incivilities has already been made worse by a shared understanding that nasty people on social media is seemingly acceptable. Is this attitude that must be countered, though? So that's initiatives as the hate speech and crime unit. In Valletta earlier this week. Government may not miss to create a witch hunt for it, but it could be lumber with the inevitable task of prosecuting hundreds, if not thousands, of commentators, but it should know that much of this commentary is intended at inciting animosity and hatred against target groups, unintentionally inflict emotional distress in worst-case scenarios to threaten or incite violence. These commentators defame entire groups and use slurs and insults to silence opponents. With such nativism, pro-fascism, often male-dominated response, because always blame the men. Then it's that news relating to refugees and migration, the case where politically led integration, stronger rhetoric against racism and growing exponential. I wonder how many of them just want to be there, just wanted to come over legally. You just claim that as racism. Yeah, this is just fucking word salad at this point. Close the wrong thing, I mistake. I didn't die on my ear. I'm alive. Civic says it died.
I'm here.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm just back at the yard, so work.
Hello, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
That's discrimination. What's discrimination? Heartbreaker's parents celebrate Christmas early for son 11 with rare cancer. And this is one. I think this is one wholesome and depressing at the same time. A family of an 11-year-old boy who suffers from a rare form of cancer is celebrating Christmas early in case he does not see the year out. Oliver Brown has a syndrome, a blood cancer affecting 4 children per million worldwide, and was told in May there were no further curative options available after 2 rounds of torturous treatment. Just imagine. Why would we care for anyone, let alone a fucking 11-year-old child? Holy fuck. Now his family from Plymouth are bringing celebrations forward with all the fiction, chipping, and his favourite time of year. It is his favourite time of year. Mike's dad, Oliver's dad, Mike, age 39, told Plymouth Live. We have lights up, the tree is up. We have Lego. What are you doing?
I have candy. Leave me alone.
Okay.
I have a thing about all things Gosman. No shit, if I didn't know better, I'd say he got some kind of sexual pleasure from it. He probably does. He's weird like that. He lights up the trees inside. We have a Lego Winter Village all made. The only thing missing is a real Christmas tree. The place we always buy from doesn't start selling until November 17th, so we're losing a live tree at the moment. And a fake one in the lounge. Everything is up like it's Christmas. Christmas movies are on because the Christmas songs are played. I'm sure there's people driving past thinking, but it's October, but it is, but we're having Christmas now. Well, you have a good reason for it. Mike accepted it unlikely to Oliver to still see Christmas. Yeah, that's... I'm not going to say about that. Oliver developed the rare disease age he had resolved. Complicated genetic disorder relating to his GETA2 gene, which also resulted in Oliver being born deaf. The last few months, his parents, Mike and Nikki, along with younger brother Benjamin, have been creating special memories and filling their days with AVI activities. Some days out with friends and family on occasional trips to school. See schoolmates being made a call thanks to Devon and Cornwall Police. Family would usually put up their Christmas decorations on December 1st and get a good run. Mike decided we eventually bring it forward for him and Benjamin to enjoy it together. In our minds, he made it to Christmas 2019. He loves Christmas, so it's the right thing for us to do, for us all. In a twist, Mike said it was clear the family should do the right thing and forget any traditional conventions. Following one incident earlier this year, he said Oliver put on the Arthur Christmas film in August or September. As I walked past him and Benjamin watching it, so it's bad luck to do because it wasn't November. On December, Benjamin turned around and just said, "We can't get much more bad luck, Dad." He's not wrong, is he? Really? He's right, and I just thought you guys crack on, so it's Christmas where we're going to all enjoy it. Well, hopefully they have a good time. I can really say other than that. Shit circumstance, really. And I think I'm going to end this now. So anyone got anything to show?
Up to you.
Let's see. I need to find someone for tomorrow. I forgot to look today.
Daily
hopefully-
dash cam starting at 7:30. Yay! Back to you.
Hopefully, I don't get like busy doing something IRL and forget my stream again.
Like I said, set an alarm.
I did set an alarm. I forgot what the alarm was for.
Okay, that's
Your memory's terrible.
Yes, it is.
Okay, how can you remember my stream, Blind Girl stream, and everyone else's, but not this one? But not your
I
own.
don't know.
That's weird.
Everything's
Things is rare, but it's not rare. So you do this as often as we do.
everything about me is weird. I have no clue how I can forget my stream, but remember y'all's.
Weird. Anyway, it's probably gonna stream same time tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure actually because time zones and stuff, but keep posted anyway. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. You're all a bunch of cunts. Goodbye.
Bye.
later.